What's going on, boys? Kai here from Formula Secrets, and today's topic or video is going to be a little bit more different because a lot of you guys have now been asking a lot and are very persistent about it. Is my story of how I started using steroids in the first place. And to be honest with you guys, the reason why I've been avoiding this topic is because I felt like from my point of view, it's not really relatable. At the same time, I feel like, honestly, I feel like I was gonna be looked at like a douchebag, because here's the thing, right? Here's my story of why I started using steroids in the first place. Now, like I've said before, the reason why I've been avoiding it because my story isn't really relatable, okay? I've always been athletic my entire life, right? I've always done everything the right way, and I was brought up the right way. I was never obese. I was never depressed or some kind of antisocial person, right? I've always been athletic. I've lifted. I have been, constantly busy through my whole entire academic career, while also concentrating on staying fit, staying healthy, because that's what my parents prioritized on myself, because they know how important nutrition and staying fit is. Same thing with being social as well, and same thing for my academics and my education as well. So that's pretty much the my upbringing, right? Everything was pretty much catered and cultured to make sure that I have been given the right way to be successful in life. That's pretty much it. So that's the reason why I was afraid that, like, great, if I tell my story, I'm gonna look like a douchebag and people are gonna hate me even more. But you know what? Either people are gonna hate me anyways, or they're also gonna be inspired. So whichever one's gonna happen, I'll take it either way. Just to jump ahead, when it comes to my story, I started off, let's see here. That wasn't really my primary concern when I was in high school, right? Because mainly I was just athletic. I was 135 pounds. I wasn't shredded or anything like that, but I was happy with my physique until I started, checking out, bodybuilding stuff when I was, say, a senior in high school going into freshman year in college. So I pretty much started falling into the whole abyss trap type of mentality into buying into GNC, right? Back then I was super bitter about it, finding out the truth about it, but during the time, I'll admit, guys, the way GNC and supplements were marketed even today looks so appealing, right? It always gives you some kind of false hope, but that's after the fact. But during, when you're buying the latest protein shake, the latest pre-workout, the latest testosterone booster, you're thinking, holy shit, this is it right here. This is the one pill that's gonna make me look jacked and shredded. Now, when it came to that stuff, it was exciting. The bottles look shiny, everything looks amazing. Where I am completely against supplements, obviously, is when you start taking it and you put all your hopes, dreams, and finances into it. That's when you find out the hard truth. You find out that that pre-workout isn't as amazing as I thought it would be, when it's costing you $45, $50, even $60. That testosterone booster that you just bought for $120 is not as amazing or as, results oriented that you thought it would be, right? That's where I have my grudge against GNC. So obviously I found out the hard way, right? I found out the hard way, and I learned from it after hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars down the road. I wish I found out a little bit earlier, but that's just my story, right? When it comes to that stuff, I'll openly admit that I was a sucker. I bought into the whole GNC line, the whole supplement line, and yeah, that's my background behind that. So the thing though, where I really started benefiting, I started looking into the truth behind fitness, was when I started looking into bodybuilding, right? And I'm thinking, logically, there's no way these guys are able to make that type of transformation. And fast forward, I caught my break when I started going into the school gym, the university gym that I went to, and that's where I found my mentor. Competing in bodybuilding, he saw that I have good genetics to compete, at least to be competitive in the whole fitness modeling thing. Yeah, I'm not the biggest guy. I'm never going to be able to compete at, the open level of bodybuilding. But where I have the edge is the fact that I have a really tiny waist and big broad shoulders. So he thought that I would be good into the whole fitness modeling thing. And that was pretty much the beginning of my journey. Now, just to make it relatable to you guys, the very first time I jumped into testosterone, that was my very first cycle, just like how most of you guys are. And the first time I started researching about it, I did the whole exact thing what you guys are doing, researching as much as I could, being fearful about it, being scared of needles, thinking that I might get an infection, thinking that I might get gyno. I'm listening to the forums of the whole overly cautious approach. A lot of guys are saying, no, don't do it until you're 55 years old. Don't do it until you reach your natty potential. Don't do it because you still have a good amount of genetic potential. And obviously we all know all that's bullshit, and the people saying that don't do it until like you're fucking old as shit are the guys that are wishing they did it when they're a lot younger. So anyways, when I finally made the decision, because my mentor had said that he's only going to teach me how to do everything and to also inject me when I am finally ready to make that decision. So I finally did, right? And my very first one was testosterone at 500 milligrams per week. And holy shit, you guys, holy shit. It fucking changed my life. Here's the thing. I would think that getting on steroids, right? I thought the steroids would change my life in terms of just, amplifying it a little bit. I was already socially savvy, right? I was already charismatic because that's what I like doing. I like talking to people. I like opening up my social circle on top of also concentrating on my academics and making sure that I am of value every time I enter into some kind of interaction, right? I wanted to be just like most guys. I wanted that validation. I wanted to make sure that I look the biggest, I look the most shredded at the gym, I look the best when I'm going to a party or in a social place. So, and for those of you guys that won't admit that, I promise you, you are. We are in a society of validation. We are in a society to where we feel like our value is also part of our image, guys. I need you guys to really pretty much admit that, mainly because look, yeah, it's awesome that you're lifting for health. Yeah, it's awesome that you're lifting for your own benefits, but the real core reason why you're also doing it is the other part of it, guys. It's because you want the validation and the approval of other people. Why else are you still going for trends? Why else are you keeping up with fashion? Why else are you trying to stay relevant of everything that's going on in the world? Right? We are social people. We are seeking for approval wherever we go. So with that being said, that's pretty much what amplified everything else. I thought that, I was always pretty damn good with girls. I was always good with meeting people and being charismatic, right? And I thought that would just amplify that a little bit. No, it amplified it by a lot. So it was much bigger than getting my arms and abs on my very first cycle of testosterone or steroids, guys. When I jumped into that, it completely changed my life. It completely changed my life mainly because I felt like, the best way I could put it, I felt like I was in God mode. I felt like I had these cheat codes in life, or this ability to just get everything a lot easier. And everything was already easy in my end, from my point of view, right? I was in love when it comes to talking to people constantly. So getting girls, getting women, going out, socializing, that also became easy for me as well. And being athletic, I was never fat, guys. Yeah, I may have been skinny fat, but I was never to the point to where I was depressed because I was obese or anything like that. Again, I don't have a sob story. My only sob story is the fact that I fell for the whole GNC thing. I fell for the whole supplement thing. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I've always been progressive. So when it came to that stuff, guys, it amplified my life entirely. I thought getting open makeouts and threesomes here and there during my high school career, and at the same time my collegiate career as well, I thought that was awesome. The moment I jumped on steroids, guys, holy fuck, everything just came easy. The looks that I would get from women, the validation that I would get from women, the type of respect I would get from men as well, the type of compliments I would get from them, it was crazy. It was like, I thought I had an easy mode, but then when I did that, when I started doing injections, oh my God, everything was just amplified to the point to where it completely changed my view and also my standards in life as well, guys. It was just insane. Now, during the first cycle, I thought I would get some kind of complications and gyno and all that stuff, but because of my mentor, everything was honestly, everything came easy. Why? Because he showed me everything. And that's the main reason why that's probably the reason why I'm trying to give value to you guys. I want you guys to experience how I experienced my life on steroids, mainly because if I can make you guys experience what I did, you can see how positive I am. I can make you guys just as positive as well. Because look, I know how hard it is, right? Looking for a source, looking to get some kind of knowledge on how to inject, how to draw oil, how to do it properly so you don't get some kind of bad side effects. I know how hard that is to look just to even gain that knowledge. As to me, it was given easily. For some reason, by luck, chance, faith, whatever you want to call it, it was given to me mainly because, I don't know, it just happened by luck. Honestly, I just walked in, I was some young fucking Asian kid walking to some gym. I was 135 pounds, somebody saw potential in me and pretty much grabbed my hand and dictated what I need to do to elevate my life and elevate my physique as well. And that's what I'm trying to do with you guys. That's the reason why I am so giving when it comes to these videos, the knowledge I'm trying to give you guys. And that was pretty much my first experience when it came to that. And that was just the first cycle. That was just the first cycle. It opened up my world to a crap ton more women, a whole bunch more of social interaction that I never thought I'd be part of as well. At the same time, because I have knocked down my fitness pillar, right? Like, as in, I didn't have to worry about that anymore. I didn't have to worry about making sure I need to go to the gym 5-6 days a week or else I'm gonna deflate, right? That's what steroids did for me. It made sure that I didn't need to worry about my fitness stuff. Because of that, I had so much more time to concentrate on my academics, so much more time to concentrate on my other aspects in life. If I wanted to do MMA, and that's what I did, I jumped into that. That was easy too. Everything was so much fun. Even though I was a beginner, grappling with somebody, doing jiu-jitsu with somebody, all right, I don't know that technique, but yeah, okay, because I had the power, I had the endurance because of the steroids that I was taking, that came easy as well, guys. You know, living in life right now when you're on steroids, everything just becomes so much more fun. You're a lot more focused and you heal a lot faster, so you don't have to worry about being injured, being sore, worrying about, okay, I need to hit the gym, well, I can't have this cheat meal or someone to look fat. You became pretty much the person who you want to be without getting all the bad stuff as well. As in, you don't have to worry about looking fat when you're on gear. You don't have to worry about the bad side effects of life when you're on steroids, because it makes it so much easier. And it practically made everything fun. Like, you know, my skills in MMA wasn't that great, but because of the steroids, I was able to practice 2 to 3 times a day. And obviously because of my repetitiveness into that type of environment, I became good really quickly because I was able to heal a lot faster. I was able to grapple a lot more. I was able to strike a lot more because, again, the help of anabolic steroids, guys. Now, I know the general public has a bad notion towards steroids, but if people can see the truth of how amazing this stuff is when you do it properly, it is probably one of the best things you could get yourself. Why? Because it's always a gift that keeps on giving, guys. You heal so much quicker, you enjoy life a lot better, your confidence is raising through the roof. People always want to be around you because you're a very positive guy. People always want to be with you because you're always giving value as well. There's no bad side effects that I can think of. The whole, you know, being on steroids because you're angry all the time, that's complete bullshit. I have never been that person ever. On top of that, guys, the whole notion of like, steroids are bad for you because it'll cause your heart to explode or you might die anytime. When you do it the right way, when you do it the proper way, guys, all those bad side effects are never there. And again, I'm speaking right now from back then when I only did my first cycle. That's how much it elevated my life. It was to the point where I can't believe I'm able to do all this kind of things, experience this kind of lifestyle. And I don't know, for some reason I felt like I never deserved it. I don't know why. Mainly because, I don't know, I thought it was unattainable. You know, being able to walk up to a group of girls and talk to them and then getting laid by the same day, or being in that much kind of fun environment. I never thought that would be the lifestyle that I can actually live. You know, the whole Dan Bilzerian lifestyle. I'm nowhere near it right now still, but at the same time, experiencing that when you're a sophomore in college, oh my God, it was amazing. So, and again, that was just my first few cycles of steroids. Now, when you are able to erect your fitness pillar and don't have to worry about going to the gym constantly or staying on a diet constantly, you're able to concentrate on your other aspects of life, guys, like concentrating on how to improve your mental health, how to improve on your academics, how to improve on your job and your career. That was pretty much my journey because I was able to do that. You know, if I wanted to concentrate on reading a whole lot more books so I could expand my mind, I was able to do that as well. If I wanted to concentrate on my career, I was able to do that as well. It's like, okay, well, I have a vacation this weekend coming up. I don't have to worry about getting fat, mainly because I was on a shit ton of steroids by then. So again, guys, life was so much more fun. Now, when it came to the health aspect of it and the safety aspect of it, yeah, I made sure I did my blood work as well, made sure everything was tested out right. And again, as long as you guys do this properly and safely, nothing bad is ever going to happen. Do not get scared of the fear-mongering people take, right? Because here's the thing. Most people that are saying all this scare tactics and fear-mongering and overly cautious approach are guys who've never even taken steroids in the first place. They don't even have any type of experience about it at all. And I truly believe the only reason why they're preventing you from doing that stuff or doing your first cycle in the first place is because they don't want you to become better than them, right? Because again, in life, guys, and I've always told a lot of people about this stuff, people want to see you do well, but not more than them. Why? Because again, as a society, we are very selfish people. And you know it, that's how you are as well, guys. That's the reason why not a lot of people are willing to share this type of knowledge, especially when it comes to steroids, because the moment you inject, the moment you start your very first cycle, that is it. You're already progressing in life. Don't worry about being sore anymore. Don't worry about being depressed anymore. Don't worry about not being a positive person anymore. Steroids literally will fix majority of your problems. And that's how crucial that first cycle was, guys. Everything was just a bonus. Adding growth hormone, adding insulin, adding NPP, DECA, adding tren, adding DNP, all that was just a side bonus. That's the reason why I'm only honing on my very first cycle, because everything else was just an amplified version of my life on steroids, guys. It was just one of the most beautiful things I have ever experienced. And again, I wish that there was no fear mongering behind it. I wish that people were actually, you know, responsible with steroid use, because right now, obviously, it has a bad rap because of either people that are ill-informed or people who just don't know any better, or people who just regurgitate the same shit even though they have never experienced steroids in the first place about it. That's one of the things that I cannot stand about society right now. They've never even experienced steroids or even personally know somebody, and they would just regurgitate the same things over and over again about how terrible it is, how bad it is. But here I am right here telling you right now, if you do steroids the right way, if you make sure that the side effects aren't there, if you make sure you're clean with it so you don't get any type of infection, steroids will absolutely change your life for the better. Not only that, it will amplify to the point to where you're gonna question, I can't believe I did not start this a long time ago. I can't believe that, you know, nobody ever told me about this stuff, and I can't believe people were that greedy about it and they didn't want to share the knowledge about this entire thing, guys. So that's pretty much my view on that, guys. So if you have any questions about, you know, or if you're just doubting about your first cycle, right, but you have made the decision that you're ready, guys, feel free to comment, feel free to send me an email. If you have any questions at all, I will absolutely answer whatever questions you have, from doing your first cycle to as simple as how do you change a needle, how do you change oils, how to home brew, any of that stuff, guys. I will gladly answer any of your questions, guys. For everybody else so far that, you know, we're finally starting to slowly grow, guys. The guys that have been here from the beginning, I honestly want to thank you guys for being here from the beginning when we had 0 subscribers, barely any views, guys, and finally we're starting to pick up a little bit. Again, with these little pickups, I don't care how slow it is, I don't care how little it is, I appreciate it for you guys just giving me your time and watching my videos. If you have any questions at all, again, send me an email or click the comments. That, guys, click like, subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Again, I'll be producing as much videos as I can. So I'll see you guys soon. Kai here, Formula Secrets here, out. Take care.